Last week I coded this tetrahedron, and today I'll be coding a cube. And you may be thinking, cubes have been done to death. I've done plenty of them. But this is going to be a bit different, because I'll be taking a different approach towards the positioning of the faces. It's not going to be the same old top, bottom, front, back, left, right kind of thing. But I should stop talking and start coding. So what I did was just copy-paste everything that I had in the previous one and right here. So now here, what I'll be doing is just replacing the 4 with 6, because I don't have 4 faces like in a tetrahedron. I have 6 faces for a cube. And something else I'll be doing is just removing those tiles because I won't be using them. So yeah, this is pretty much all I need in terms of structure. And here I will be getting rid of some stuff. So for example, these polygon points, those are used for clip path, but here I will be having only square faces for my cube, so no need for clip path. Something else I'll be doing, everything that's a tetrahedron, it's going to become a hexahedron, which is a cube. So that's one thing. And the next thing, everything that's a polygon, a triangular polygon, triangle, is going to become a square. So this is it here, and here I will be using the in radius. Okay, some people are killing each other. Don't do that on a regular basis. I don't know. Okay, now I'll be getting rid of stuff that I won't be using in other places. Like this, for example, here. Okay, let's collapse the shadow for now because I won't be using it. I'm going to get rid of this K as well. Something else I'll be getting rid of is this base angle. And instead of it, I'll just have the diagonal of the square. So the diagonal of the square is the edge length times square root of 2. And then I'll also have the diagonal of the cube. This is the edge length of the cube times square root of 3. Okay, so now that I've done this, I can make this as half the diagonal. So I don't need to compute angles and stuff like that. And this is half the edge length. And then again, the in radius of the cube is the same as the in radius of the square face. So it's half the edge length. And this is the edge length over the face diagonal. So this is that angle. And now I'll be switching things up a bit because my first rotation is going to be this one. And then I'm going to have the Z rotation. This is going to be just 45 degrees. And this one is going to be I times 1 turn. And here I'll be having a few more things. This is the number of faces, 6. And this is going to be another constant value, which is half this number. And the whole purpose of this is just not to have to compute it again. Just have it once and have it saved as an M and just forget about it then. Okay, so now that I've done this, the one thing that's bad right here is that this I is always the default. And I'll make the default 0, and I'll make J by default 0. Okay, so something else I need to do here is nth child, and here I have n plus n plus 1, and here I switch j to 1. So the first half is j0, second half is j1, and then I have a loop. So for I from 1 all the way up to n, I have nth child m n plus I plus 1, because indices in CSS are 1 based, and here I set I as the loop index, not like this. Okay, so now that I've done this, as you can see, I have a bit of something there. Now what I'll be needing to do is here use a calc. Actually, let's do something. Okay, so if I do it with minus, then I'll be seeing the inside, right? Show me, show me, show me. Come on. With minus, it should be at the bottom. Okay, yeah. No, it actually works. Okay. Okay, so it actually works fine. So here, what I'll be doing is j times half a turn, and then I'll have minus. Let's see how that works. Okay, this works fine actually. So now that I've done this, let's do something about the shading. So here I have I, and it's not going to be over n, it's going to be over m, and I need to interpolate that. And I'm also going to have minus j times 0.5. So I should have a nice shading there. Okay, except it wants to be one minus j, I guess. Okay. Oh, just leave it with j, and so I don't have the darker one. Yeah, this is the proper shading. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this because this is the proper shading. So now that I've done this, let's take care of the shadow. Now, first off, I'll be using the circumradius of the tetra. Okay, what the heck do I still have tetrahedron here? So replace this tetrahedron with cube, all, and everything that I have equilateral triangle, just replace it with square because the faces are square in this case. Okay, so now that I've done this, this is the circumradius, and it's half this diagonal. So now that I've done this, just take this, so that should position that thing properly. And the thing is, now I'm in Firefox, but Chrome is going to have an issue with that blurred, if I have a blurred shape there for the shadow, and which is why I'm not blurring this thing by default. Right here I'm using box shadow instead of a blur filter, but here I'm going to need a hexagon for the shadow, so I'll be doing it a hexagon just for Firefox, and a disk, a circular thing for Chrome. So here I have supports. And I set these styles just for Firefox, that's the whole deal. So what I'll be setting is this stuff here, minus the transform and the box shadow, because I won't be needing those. Okay. And use this circumradius. Okay, and something else I'll be doing is the Chrome version is supports not, and here I'll be putting this box shadow because I won't be needing it here. But first, border radius 50%, and then that box shadow, and this is the path for Chrome, but that's not what I'll be taking. So here what I'll be doing is have a custom property shape, which is nothing by default, so make that unquote nothing, make Sass happy, and here make the shape something. But first off, this background is not going to be current color, it's going to be linear gradient, minus 45 degrees, transparent 25%, current color 0, so that I have a sharp change, current color 75%, transparent 0. Okay, and let's make this current color. Okay, and skew Y something, and let's create a skew angle. Sorry. 30 degrees, and the scale factor along the other axis is going to be cosine of this skew angle. So now I have skew Y of the skew angle, and then I'll need scale X using the scale factor. Okay, so this pretty much does it. Now let's stop the animation for a little bit and see. So the animation, make it false, and make this progress down to 0, so no rotation. Let's see. So this looks actually pretty good. Okay, so what I'll be doing is switch the animation back to true, and now let's blur this whole thing. So filter, blur, 15 pixels, and this should do the trick. I should have a nice blurred shadow. So yeah, this is it. This is what I wanted to show you for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have and you want me to be able to do more stuff in the future, please consider supporting my work. You can do it in one of the ways explained in the description below. With a donation, there's going to be a donation link there, or you can make this kitty very happy by getting her something off her Amazon wishlist. There are going to be links for that as well. Or you can please share this to show the world what can be done with CSS these days, because honestly, I think it's pretty damn cool. In any event, thanks for watching.